What's up, guys? What up? What up? What up? Happy motherfucking Memorial Day. This is Wes, the Successful Loner podcast right here. So I'm really excited for you guys today because you guys get to talk with one of the geniuses that I personally know for cryptocurrency. This gentleman is a dirt bike rider. He invests his money inside of Bitcoin. He mentors a lot of people. A lot of people are looking for this dude's advice. You can check out some of his info after the show. But I really wanted to talk to him about money today. I wanted to talk to him just about life and what to spend your money on, what not to spend your money on. And we're just going to talk about money and business and just some life. So, what's up, Cory?
How's it going, my man?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Hey, man,
Yeah.
I'm really excited that you came with me today to do this with me, bro. I just kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit on money right now on Bitcoin because that's apparently the future, right? Like right now.
Yeah, right. Well, as you know, the last couple of years have been crazy. I kind
Yeah.
of got into cryptocurrencies during the last bull market there, which is, kind of where probably a lot of other people got into it. And,
What's a bull market? If you could explain that to like the average guy.
well, that's where we get that parabolic movement where,
Okay.
that's where everybody's talking about Bitcoin and crypto. Everybody's really hype about it.
Mm.
You hear probably more people talking about it on
Right.
social media.
Right.
Yep. So I got in there at the last bull market, and it was kind of towards the top. We didn't get that parabolic movement. A lot of people were predicting that 100K to the upside.
Mm.
I was one of those people, and we didn't get there, and a lot of people might be looking at it like there was some manipulation going on.
Mm. I,
You
I've
know,
heard that. I've heard that from a lot of people. Now, what is Bitcoin at right now? Like, what is that at right now for worth wise? Is like one Bitcoin like 25 grand? I think it used to be almost at 60, right? Like 63 back
well,
in the day.
I'm gonna check it right now because this thing it
Cool.
has been moving. We are
Right.
expecting actually a movement to the downside, possibly,
Mm-hmm.
but we have more up. We're closer to the bottom than we are
Mm-hmm.
to the top. So yeah, it's been bouncing off this 19,600 level, which is
Oh wow. That's where it's at right now.
yeah, but
Jeez.
a couple it's like a month ago, when we really had that bottom, it might have been a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped down to 17.5. I don't know if you noticed that. It was, I think,
Wow.
I can't remember. It was a holiday weekend. I remember watching it. I was like, yeah, this is how low is
Yeah.
it gonna go, you know?
Yeah.
But
Because I remember I saw a post where you're like, hey, look, people, if it's gonna get below the 15, then be worried a little bit. Is that true? Like if
well,
it gets below that?
we're really flirting with that zone. That if it could go if it goes down to like 14, 12,
Mm,
this is where it's probably going to bottom. People are
okay.
predicting this. The lowest, maybe 10,000. That's because traditionally that's the top of the previous bull market. So the bull
Right.
market before this last one, I think last one we hit 69, 70, almost something like
Yeah,
that.
I saw
Don't
that. Yeah.
don't take my word. I'm not looking at the charts right now,
Right.
but we had that almost like a false second top. A lot of people are thinking so. It's doing a lot of unpredictable things right now,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's that's why they're saying, oh, it's risky. But
Hmm.
when you zoom out and you kind of look at the language of what the Fed is saying and what's going on in our economy, and you can kind of see they want to digitalize currencies. They're
Yeah.
sick of people having cash.
Of course. Because they
They
have
hired
shortage of it. Even banks right now are like, hey, bring us your change.
Yep, they
You
hired
know?
all these IRS agents. So they want more money, obviously. That's
Of course.
because they printed a lot of money. They
But they want less resources to have it. Like it's kind of like your phone. It's got, your music, your camera. So instead of back in the day where we had a separate CD player, a tape player, and then you had the camera and all this shit. Now it's condensed into one thing, you know. So that's kind of what they're, I guess, try to do and make a one all be all platform for all currency. Maybe, you know, that's pretty much the goal, I think. All right.
Yeah, a digital ID. So you're going to be
Mm.
carrying your phone is going to have all your information. Um,
Mm.
it will carry basically your digital, even biometric stuff about you, fingerprints,
Damn.
your stuff about you that,
It's gonna be like the
they can
future of the
identify you.
movies. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
this
be
is,
just scanning your wrist at the fucking checkout. You ain't even gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? Imagine this. This is what I always joke about. Like, in the future, they're gonna have it where like you can go up to a product in a shop, right? In a store or whatever, and it lights up green if you can buy it and you just grab it. Imagine everyone just getting like, you know, because they can't afford it. That shit will be embarrassing as fuck. Everybody's
oh,
financial
yeah.
class would be just out there. And it probably
Or,
will be like that, something like that.
well, I mean, it's not too far fetched to say that because actually China has already been doing this with their social credit score model and
Oh, really?
that whole thing. If you haven't checked that
What
out,
is that? Elaborate on that.
well, so China has a social credit score system. So if say like
Mhm.
you buy too much of something, like alcohol, like, or if you jaywalk across the street, like you get
Mhm.
caught doing that, they have cameras everywhere. You get caught speeding too many times. You don't pay back your loans at the bank or something like
Mhm.
that. You have a bad credit score. It's kind of like a credit score, but this will bar you from being able to fly on planes,
Oh
take
shit.
trains. Yeah,
So
you.
it's like a reputation score for who you are as a person. Like just generally, it's like counting points against you, and you're pretty much valued at like how much good shit and how obedient you are, right?
Yeah, it's basically
Wow.
something out of an episode of Black Mirror. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah. I've seen that on Netflix.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's actually based off of pretty much what China has already implemented over there.
Wow.
China is the model of what they, the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, the Great Reset. It's not a conspiracy theory. You can actually
Mhm.
go, this is a real thing. But these people are basically really expensive. They have a lot of money. Let's say
Yeah.
that, like guys that are in the oil industry.
Oh God, they're raking
Um,
in dough.
oh
Fuck.
yeah, these guys, big industries you can think of like Walmart. Um,
Mm.
you could just name them off. And they go to a meeting, which is usually held in Davos, Switzerland,
Mm.
which is the World Economic Forum, where it's a big meeting and they kind of like discuss what they're gonna do for the year and what
Mm.
their schedule, and which is why I bring this up is because blockchain is a big section that they've been discussing at the World Economic Forum. So these guys that meet, they have a lot of money. They they've been talking about cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and how they're going to implement some of this stuff. So
Right.
this all ties in together with its. So
Well, what I was going to ask you earlier when you were talking about like levels of what I think a lot of people and the viewers want to know is like, you know, they freak out. What the fuck do I do if it gets there? I did invest 20 grand, 30 grand. You know, any money that invested is lost, you know, whatever to them, you know.
yep.
For somebody who's rich or as fuck already, it doesn't really matter. They're like, I'll lose some, whatever, you know, I'll get it back. But for people depending on this being their ultimate come up, you know, which there are people that quit their day jobs to do this shit and sit there and trade all day.
Mm.
Um, the thing is when what or should I say, what do you recommend for because I know those people want to sell. They want to sell everything. And I always see you saying hold, just fucking hold. Do you think people should sell when it gets down to that? Like, let's say, figuratively speaking, 7,000 mark, 5,000 mark with Bitcoin. Do you think that they should sell or do you think they should still hold on?
So my first thing I'm going to say is don't invest any money that you're not willing to lose. So
Yes.
that,
Gambler law number one. Yeah.
yep, so you got to this is high risk, so
Mm,
we got to treat it like, you know,
right.
treat it like what are you comfortable investing a little bit, not a lot of money all at
Mhm,
once, just what we call hodling is little bits at a time. So
mm,
I chose $100 a week and I kind of just put $100 a week because that's what I'm comfortable out of my paycheck. I don't miss it
Right.
if it goes away.
Of course.
And if something happens, that'd be awesome. But I don't depend on something happening.
So be smart with it and just kind of look at it as like, hey, if this works, this works. If it doesn't, so what? Type
Yeah,
thing.
and then like I said, I zoom out and I don't really kind of worry about the price because I see what's going on behind the scenes. And I know
Right.
how these big hedge funds they operate. They like to play games with the retail investors. This is a game of emotion, and it plays
Mm.
on your psychological instincts of a human being. That's your money. So obviously, like this is a game that they play. They're going to push this price as low as they want so that they can have their guys jump in all at
Mm.
once. And the people that sell at the bottom, I really feel sorry for them because that's this has happened so many times. That we're going to probably go sideways for maybe a few months from now. Like this is going to just drag out.
What do you think causes now? A lot of people just want to know always like what causes those dips? Why does it lower? From your expertise, what do you think the cause of that is? Do you know exactly? Is it numerous things or
So a lot of these big liquidations are people that are they have they're betting on the price to go up. So it's
okay?
what we call leveraged.
Mm-hmm.
Um so if the price goes up, it's not just like, oh, if you put $100 in, you can multiply your gains. But if the price goes down, you're going to be in debt. You're going to be completely liquidated. So
Right.
this is what's happening is large amount of people are betting on the price that are going up and they're in it, getting liquidated, and then they're having to buy at these lower prices.
Mm.
So
Now, for somebody that's like brand new, let's say they just wanted to start, they definitely can lose the money, but don't want to really necessarily. Um, the main thing to understand is that they're if it goes back up, it's not like they lost the money, it's just went down. So a lot of people are afraid to invest into these type of things, thinking that, oh, because it's going to go down means that it's gone and the money's gone. But is that the case or no? I don't think it is, right? Like if it goes back up, let's say if you went even down in the negatives, as long as the value of it goes back up, the stock price you might want to say for it, your money will come back, right? It'll go back into the green zone.
oh yeah, your money will come back. But
Okay.
unlike some of these leverage traders, their whole accounts get liquidated. That's why, I mean,
Jesus.
you're really gambling when you're leverage trading. But for the typical retail investor like me and you,
Mm-hmm.
we're just putting the money in there, and if it goes down, yeah, it's going to lose some of its value. But my suggestion is focus on how many coins you have, because
Right.
that's what's going to matter. And then you can kind of get an idea if the market cap reaches a certain amount of money, it could get to say something like this price, and you can
Mm-hmm.
measure that from whatever happened in the last bull market. So there's
Right.
there's a lot more potential with, I mean, you've seen the NFTs that came out. um
Yeah.
that's a huge space that, even gaming NFTs, they got industries that are putting trillions of dollars into this
Mm.
stuff right now. It's not going to disappear overnight, that's for sure.
And that's what
So
they want you to think is that it will, because who is that? The media and that the banks and who owns them? Yeah, the
yeah,
banks and everybody else, the people with the money.
the
So the
guy,
people with
yeah.
the money don't want you to switch the form of how you're getting the money because that's what they're involved in. So it's kind of like you have a bottle of alcohol or a burger or whatever, and you have it and then you sell it. You know what I mean? You sell it
Yep.
to this guy. What was I trying to say? I forgot my thought. Jesus Christ, that's what happens when
Well,
you speak.
that's
But yeah, so no, I hear what you're saying. Yes. So the main thing is to definitely hold on to the money. Don't panic. That's one thing that I've learned from you. There's one times when I was, not exactly experienced, and I still reached out to you and was like, hey, this is what I'm seeing is going on. What the fuck do I do? You're like, just chill, just hold on to it. Everyone's just paying. Oh, this is what I was gonna say. I'm sorry. Now I remember. The big companies and all those people controlling the money, they want you to think that that the market's going to go down and it's going to disappear because they're the ones, like I said, providing you with the money and they're the ones working for it, So that's like me having a burger that I always buy from you or McDonald's, and then somebody else comes along and says, well, I got a burger, but it's better. And this is why, and this is why, and it's easier. And you don't have to go to our restaurant to get it. So they offer different little things that are way better for you. And yeah, the person's going to be pissed. You're taking their business. You're fucking up their hustle, bro. That's exactly what's going on.
Oh yeah, and you can bet like the guys at Fox and these guys, they own Bitcoin. They probably
Oh
hold all
yeah.
coins, but they're trying to get at the price that they want. So
Right.
it's all about the game of scaring the retail investor into selling, and they're gonna scoop it up for the low prices.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of places right now, like they are accepting Bitcoin as payment, and I know everything online these days,
Yep.
especially when you go on like the dark web or like anything like that, they're all using Bitcoin because it's the most untraceable form. Number one, it's freedom to spend your money without somebody over you. So you're pretty much playing the bank role when you have this. Of course, you're still gonna get feed from the people providing you the coin and the platforms and stuff like that, but even if you're like a designer, like a web designer or a programmer or coding, if you could figure out a way to make an app, to do the platform for these Bitcoin and everything else for the cryptos, I'm telling you, man, that's where it's at because you're not providing the actual coins or anything. You're providing just a platform for them to use. So I'm starting to see that platforms are a big thing now, providing the platform. And it's not easy because you got to pay these programmers, everybody that's knowledgeable to get out the bugs, get out, all the type of errors that they're, is going on with these people while they're using these apps. Nothing's worse than wanting to cash out when the market's about to crash or whatever, and you can't because fucking Coinbase is fucking up.
Yeah, it's like a trillion
I've
dollar
seen that.
market cap right now, and there's over 20,000 coins and people that are working on projects. So this thing it's constantly growing, and the number of wallets continues to increase.
Mm.
Um, so a lot of people might think that Bitcoin is untraceable, but it is open source, so anybody can
Mm.
look at the blockchain, the code, or
Oh wow.
that's why it's no one can manipulate it. You know,
Right.
it's the computers that we have it would take so long for them to figure out these math problems that it would be
Wow.
impossible for them to manipulate the blockchain. But that's the power. But there is altcoins out there like privacy coins that allow you to do these things that
Right.
are like altcoins and other things. They went after Tornado Cash recently, so that's a whole debacle. There's a whole side of what the Fed and the SEC is doing, which is
Mhm.
kind of a little bit sketchy right now too. So that's why I would say there might be some more downside coming.
Right.
We have a lot of people that they got burned this last bull market with some of these altcoins, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are calling for regulation, like the crap NFTs that were put out,
Right.
and the
Yeah.
celebrities promoting this stuff. It was
Yeah. I was watching. I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Elon Musk. That's my guy. Shout out Elon Musk, the
yeah,
God. But
there's Elon. I think what was it? There was a Super Bowl ad too. There's a lot of
oh
the
yeah, I've seen that regular as well this past year. Yeah.
yeah, and then
Yep.
who was the boxer that got involved? Uh, I'm trying to think of his name.
Paul Logan.
Yeah, Paul Logan got involved with the NFT stuff, and a lot of those weren't so good afterwards. A lot of
Yeah.
people were pissed off because they weren't fulfilling their promises.
Really.
So there's
Well, Elon
people.
Musk was like, I just like the dog. That's what he
Yeah.
said. Like, he's like, I just liked it. I thought it was a funny picture, Doe's dog, and that's kind of what he said. So he would, it's not his coin, guys. Like, it's fucking, he's just saying he vouches for it.
Elon Musk kind of like opens like that window into seeing what these guys are playing the games.
Yeah.
Elon Musk with Twitter, it's interesting watching that whole thing going down.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it. I love that. I don't know if he's still buying that. Is he?
so I think the case I haven't checked recently, but it's still in litigation.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen there's been beef about it. Like they're like, nah, dude, you're not buying it. Like, come on, man, let the guy get it.
so um I think what he really kind of wanted to do was uh expose like how much of the users on that platform were bots, and then
Wow. Yes, very true. That same thing with Facebook. Every time you
mhm.
put a post that says "Congratulations, you've been chosen for this," or invest into this cash app, and we'll send you 5,000 back. My dumbass back in the day, somebody sent me a message from somebody I knew. This was somebody I knew. I thought it was their profile. It looked just like theirs. I looked at the post. I got scammed, bro. They were like, "Hey, bro, invest this money, and I do day trading now, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "All right, cool, cool." Here you go. I got fucked, dude. The guy took the money. I was so pissed, and it wasn't him. And I hit up the other guy, and I was like, "Yo, you fucked me over." He's like, "That's not me." But yeah, they got bots out here that respond to your messages. You can set it up so they can respond to certain type of answers, so you don't have to be there. Next thing you know, you got your fucking card entered in to some dude. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever, if that happens to you, it happens to everybody. I don't know anybody that hasn't gotten scammed at least in one thing in life, gotten duped. That's how you learn, not to be dumb with your money and your information. But yeah, like you said, there's a lot of fucking bots out there, and it's annoying because it's on dating sites now. It's on anything, anywhere you go. There's a pop up coming in asking you to fucking sign up for this or that, and you're like, oh my god! And before you can even actually click on what you're trying to look, there's 30 ads around it, and you got like this little X that's in the corner to get rid of it. And you're like, clicked it, and you're like, fuck, I clicked the ad. Damn it, it's
Yeah,
bad.
man. I think
Ah,
honestly, probably Elon Musk he had no intentions of buying Twitter in the first place. He
yeah, I think he just wanted to start shit.
he knew the market was going down. So
Yeah.
like he wanted to start shit. Like the price dropped significantly from that time to now. So
God
that's why
damn.
they're like, yeah, you're gonna buy this. And he's like, no, not until you show me how many users are fake.
Right, because I'm not
Why
gonna buy something with no audience, no real audience, bro.
exactly?
Come
It's
on.
like half of the so-called users are fake. Like if that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but
Right. But
maybe
nobody
he
wants a
yeah.
product like that. And it's sad, bro. It's sad when you make something like that as like an owner. Can you see that from the owner side? And you're like, damn, I got users that don't even want to be on here because they're getting bombarded with all these other third parties. But that's the problem. They're using these third parties, right? Getting partnered with all of them. What do you think's gonna happen? If you're with a third party, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of shit when you sign up for a new account for something, anything, it literally says in there that we can share your information at third parties and sell your information. You are a lead after that. You are officially a lead for some company. They're either gonna we got 10 minutes left on the podcast, by the way.
All right.
Corey,
Yeah.
thank you.
See, this is going quick. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just they're gonna say to you, they're gonna say, well, we're gonna sell your information, and you want to sign up for the thing. You obviously can't get it if you don't agree to the fucking terms, right? They made a South Park episode about that. They're like, you didn't read the terms.
Mhm.
Remember the Apple
It's true.
centipede?
And
Yeah,
when you start doing crypto, that you have to be you have to be diligent because you're acting as a bank online,
exactly.
and
Like I
that's your
mentioned, yeah.
money.
Yes,
So
you're playing the
my
banker this time.
my suggestion is that Ethereum is looking pretty big right now. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah,
Bitcoin is a safe one. We know that Bitcoin it's not going anywhere. That's why a lot of people tend to invest more in Bitcoin during the bear market. But if you want to take on a little bit more risk, there's some altcoins out there. Like Cardano for me is a big one for me.
yeah, I know you've been telling me that one. That one I did see returns on. Now guys, for everybody watching, this isn't a get rich scheme right now. You gotta we're talking about you gotta hold your money in there because if you're not holding your money in there and then just forgetting about it, you really are gonna be, freaking out every single day, looking at this damn account numbers, and it's fine to do that, but to look at your account and see what you're getting, but don't expect it to boost up to, you know, fucking $1 million off like a couple $100. Like, that was back in the day where you were able to get Bitcoin for like $1 or some crazy shit, but they held, right? That's why they got rich because they didn't spend it. They held on to it and they let it accumulate. So it's something that once you invest in it, you got to kind of forget about it. That's how I feel.
Well, really kind of just look at what the creators are doing because these guys they have YouTube channels they're
Mhm.
transparent with what they're doing with their projects. Everything is open source. So you can, if you want to go out, do the research and really figure out what these projects are doing, which is, I really highly suggest you do that before you put your money into something.
Yes, of course.
Figure out what these guys are doing. Do you trust them? So, and then when you come to those conclusions, then you can kind of you can focus more on an area that you want to focus on.
Of course. And that's, I think, what everyone is doing now is educating themselves off YouTube and just kind of watching people and watching podcasts and watching educational videos. And obviously, I don't think these people are trying to give them bad advice, or else they wouldn't spend all that time making these videos, editing them. They really want to get their information out there to people so other people can see results. If you obviously are providing something that other people are going to benefit from and actually do well off of, fuck, man, of course you're going to accumulate followers. Of course you're going to accumulate, people that want to be with you. Now, also, you see those people who get pissed at those people, and you told me to hold on, and I lost all my fucking money. Hey, man, I'm just telling you, what the best strategy is. It's kind of like when you're in a casino, you're playing blackjack. There's rules to that shit. Sometimes you're not supposed to hit by the books. If you ask the dealer, say, hey, what would you do in this? You're allowed to ask the dealer. They're going to tell you, by the books, it says don't hit, but you can
Mm.
if you want to. So it's like you got to follow the strategy. There is going to be a chance of losing, like you said. And there is strategic ways to invest into this shit without getting fucked.
And it's more than just get rich. I mean, I have a
Yeah.
guy, he's Polish, and he had a friend in say Russia,
Yeah.
during this whole thing where they're blocking transactions. Well,
Oh,
my friend was able
Jesus.
to send his friend money with zero transaction fees, and his friend was able to just cash out, go to the bank, had
Nice.
some money, and this is the future of cryptocurrencies is money you can send to anyone in the world almost
Instantly.
instantaneously.
Yeah, that's beautiful, isn't it? Because yeah, just to send money, because there are people in, like, I'm Ukrainian, so I'm from Ukraine. God bless Ukraine for everything they're
Mm.
going through. So just to send money over there, there's people from America that have family in Ukraine. They're sending it. It's gonna take a long time. It's expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's a pain in the ass. They don't want to go all the way to Walmart and go into line and go to MoneyGram and do. The person's old. They might not know what the hell they're doing, and now it's pretty easy if they can use their phone decently, and you just show them how to do it. This should be all right. But that's the thing. In the beginning, I was very confused on how to do all this shit, how to add the wallet address. You got to really, like you said, educate
Mm.
yourself in it. Make sure you're not sending the money to the wrong wallet or something. Don't get
It's
scammed. Definitely don't
stressful.
get scammed, because that's a lot of people. If that's the one thing I want to say, definitely don't get scammed, guys, because a lot of people know that Bitcoin and all that. You're not going to get your money back. You can't. There's no bank to call for customer service and try to get your bread back. You're fucked. Like, if that's what happened,
Mm.
that's what happened. Make sure who you're dealing with is legit. Make sure that there's other actual people that have used their services. When you look at reviews for something you buy offline, make sure that there are bad reviews. If you see some bad reviews and good reviews, more good than the bad, it's actually a legit service. Because every company, everything has, if they're a good company, they're gonna have more good reviews, but also they're gonna have a few bad reviews for people that didn't have a good experience. Because if you see all good reviews, it's probably a scam. It's probably fake reviews, right?
Yeah, man. So just, you know, take some money that you're comfortable with and just put it aside and be willing to not touch that money for
Right.
at least another 3, 4 years, maybe even longer, because
Mm.
who
And
knows
that's
where
hard.
some things are going to go.
That's very difficult right now for people that are struggling right now because of inflation, because gas prices, rent going up.
Mhm.
They're getting kicked out of their rentals. They got to go find another place because a new investor just came in. So I'm involved in the real estate game, as you know, as well. I'm into everything, so all these podcasts that I have are on different subjects, on different stuff. I'm gonna talk about business, stuff like that, but I also talk about fitness. I also talk about music, movies, entertainment. I'm versatile in everything. So yeah, there's never going to be just
Mm.
a targeted audience. I'm going to just specifically choose out because, I want to talk about everything. I want to talk about, what the future is, what we should expect, just kind of how to, act cordially. And get in line with what the fuck is actually happening. Because, dude, if you're not up to date with all this shit, you're gonna be screwed. It's kind of like a person who doesn't know how to use Google. It's kind of like, come on, man, get with the program. This is what everybody's using. This is what companies are using. You got to stay up to date with all that shit. And if you don't have somebody to show you, or you don't educate yourself, you might get screwed. You might miss out.
To get your CPA, these guys have to do, hours of classes, which is nothing.
Mhm.
It's like, how much time are you going to invest into yourself? The
Oh,
biggest
that's huge.
investment in life you can make is in yourself.
In
So,
yourself. And the thing is like, when you start becoming successful, when you really start becoming successful or really serious about yourself, there's not going to be anybody clapping in your corner. There's not going to be anyone, egging you up. That was back in the day when we were kids, come on, go to school, do that. Now, as an adult, when you get to our age, you don't have that. So you got to be fully not, I don't want to use the word motivated. I hate that word because that comes and that goes. You got to be driven. You got to be committed. That's the biggest thing, is to yourself and to actually do some shit, because I can't stand being lazy. Like, we're all lazy and we all have that. But if you don't feel bad about being lazy, then, there's something wrong there. If you don't feel that, like, oh, I should have done this today or whatever, if you don't feel that and actually try to correct that the next day, you're not doing anything. I'm harder on myself than anything. I'm a clown and I love having fun and whatever. But when it comes to being serious and certain things, I gotta take, real consideration of, how I'm acting and if I'm fully committed to certain things.
you
But
got to
we got a
adapt.
minute and 24 seconds. So what do you recommend for the users right now? What's the biggest thing for their Bitcoin? If you were to give any advice for them to really hold on to today, what would it be?
Definitely go and check out Cardano, Charles Hoskinson, and what he's doing over there. And there's so many companies that they're coming out so fast, and you got to be able to evolve to the game, man. This game
Mm-hmm.
it's moving quick, and
Yep.
the more time you waste kind of not focusing on this, it's something, the opportunity might pass you by. So
Yep.
I suggest go out there and look at Cardano.
Nice. All
That's my
right,
big
guys.
one.
So it's been a pleasure, everybody. Thanks for watching. Got my man Cory over here. Um, just comment below if you like the video. Give us a like, share, subscribe. We got a lot more stuff coming out about business, anything in life that will help you become more knowledgeable about your next move, financially, spiritually, whatever you got to do. So my man Cory over here. This is
Yep.
Big Wes over here with the Successful Loaner Podcast. Your main man. All right, man. I love you. Be good, bro, and we'll do this again.
All right. Peace out, man.
Take care, bro.